Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and it's Paydirt review time again. And this time I'm going to be re-reviewing Goldbay.com, and more specifically, Dave's brand new hard rock Paydirt. But I have to say, I probably should have watched the video before I had my secret shopper order this, because what I thought I was getting is not what I actually got. I just assumed that when he said hard rock, that it would just be one big rock that might have gold in it. You would have to crush it up, things like that. But as you can see in this bag, and you'll see when we dump it into a pan, it's pretty much already crushed all up. I did watch the video afterwards, after I came in and I saw this, and I could see that it was crushed up. And they do have some other sellers that sell Paydirt kind of like this, I guess. Croissant Mine, all of their stuff is ball milled. It's already been crushed. They take big rocks. I didn't see how Dave actually crushes this up. I think he just uses a dozer and just crushes it with the fork. But I'm still excited to go through it. Dave doesn't put out very new products very often. The last one he did was early in this year when he put out his high carat Mexican Paydirt. So it's nice to see when he does put out new material. Dave pretty much doesn't handle his Paydirt too much anymore. It's all done through Harrington, Gold Fever Prospecting. Great guy as well, been selling Paydirt for years and years and years. And he took over control of Dave's Paydirt. So this will ship from Nevada, not from California where Dave is located. But still excited. It's a brand new Goldbay product. Let's go through it. I did see TNT Mining and Prospecting. He went through his. I did watch a little bit of his video, not to the end. I just wanted to see what the material looked like and stuff like that after I saw that this wasn't really a hard rock piece. But let's just flash up the description, go to the overhead, and check out this material a little bit closer. As you saw, a really good description, which is a huge surprise coming from Goldbay. I didn't know it'd be all crushed up, but that's because I didn't watch the video. But there we go. There's the material. Let's see if it is the 3 pounds stated and 3 pounds 0.07. Let's open this up. Now we'll just cut it open. Dump out the material. Check it out. Some very, very orange reddish material. So now I did watch, like I said before, I did watch a video on this because I was really curious just to see how silty this material is. I wanted to see what it would do to water, which is why I watched part of the video over at TNT Mining. But let's see if it's got any magnetite in it. I don't think it will. Based on where it looked like he was working, it didn't look like it would have a lot of, yeah. Really nothing. So what's going to make this Paydirt hard to pan out is just going to be that some of the gold might be in some of this chunky stuff and the amount of silt and how dirty it's going to make the water. So what I'm going to do is I am going to classify this material down. I'm going to classify it down to +10, -10. That's it. And then the +10, I am going to wash. I'm going to put it in a bucket with a hose and just let it sit there and scrub it and scrub it and scrub it until it's no longer silty. Because these are the type of pieces that you want to be able to see if there's a little bit of gold on it without crushing it up. Because if you crush this up, then you're just going to have a whole bunch of fly poop gold. And you don't want fly poop gold when it comes to specimen stuff like this. So I'm going to wash these bigger pieces to see if maybe they have a little bit of gold in them. All these small stuff, this stuff, there's no reason to crush it up. It's already crushed up. And I can just pan that. I don't care if it's mucks up the water too much because, you know, any gold in here, it's going to be too fine to see. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go classify the material down, and I'm going to wash all this material, and we'll be right back, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, all done classifying, and as you can see, the material definitely changes color after you've washed it. This is what it looks like after wash. This is before. I'm only going to wash the +10 like I said, because I want to be able to see the different pieces of quartz, like this one, a little piece of quartz in it, versus just a rock. Most of the gold, I think, is going to be in quartz. It seems to be what Dave has been saying. All the gold he's been finding has been in quartz. There might be some odd pieces, but I think it'll be much easier to see gold or a little speck of gold that might be attached to some host rock when I'm panning it if it's clean. Now this, I'm just going to pan out all dirty with the silt and all, and because I think most of this is going to be fine gold and there's nowhere away I can crush this up any finer. I did break out my old manual rock crusher here for the plus 10. And after I'm finished panning this out and we come back and I show the results, I may crush this material down and pan it to see if there's any gold, but I will probably do that off camera and just tell you the results of it, because while this was really, really cheap, like 50 bucks, it takes an extremely long time and it's very, very tiring. But for right now, let's just go to the panning station, pan these out, listen to some music, and hopefully find some good gold.
Shadows digging deep, pickaxe screams while the mountains sleep, quartz veins like lightning in stone, gold whispers his name but stays unknown, chasing gold in veins of quartz, through the fire, through the force. Rock splits like a heart under strain. Dave's dream pounding through his veins. Dust clouds rise, choking the air. Golden glimmers tease but never share. Breaking earth with blood and sweat. The treasure's close but not there yet. Golden blessings. Blistered hands on shattered stone. Dreams of riches cut to bone. The earth laughs loud, it hides its price. Dave just digs under blood red skies. Through the pit, through the fire, gold is his only desire. Quartz wax veins split. The earth screams out from the pit, but he won't stop till the stone confesses, till the quartz bleeds golden blessings. Oh,
Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and that was some fairly difficult paydirt to go through. Not only did I have to rinse out the plus 10 multiple times just so I could find the little pieces of quartz like that, but the minus 10 material was really, really dirty material to go through, and the only stuff in there was really fine gold. But speaking of gold, let me show you what I did find. And there you go. I found a couple pieces in the plus 10, 3 to be exact, and a nice little pile in the minus 10. I did not really expect to find that much in the minus 10. I was hoping I would find one or two tiny little pieces, but I found a good, decent bit. Now, I will say anything that looks kind of big in there, anything bigger than fly poop, actually has quartz on it, so it's not all gold. But we're going to start weighing it up, see what we got. Now, this was guaranteed 0.25 grams. And there we go, 0.38. We got the guarantee. We'll add in the rest of this, see how much this budges the scale. So there you go. 0.48. There we go. We'll call it at that. 0.48 grams of gold. So really happy with that, especially since this was only guaranteed a quarter gram. And now it's going to go down to 0.75 just because I already said 0.48. But there you go, 0.475 or 0.48. Who knows? By the end of this part, who knows? Now, I still am going to go crush this material down. I'm going to dry it up first because my crusher material has to be dry or it'll just get packed in there wet. So I am going to dry this all out, then crush it and pan it out and see if there's any gold. But I'm going to do that off camera because this is going to take a while to dry. It's going to take a while to crush. And I just don't want to do all that on camera. I'm already tired. I'm also going to crush this up. I did pick through all these. I looked at them through a microscope and did not see any gold in them. So I'm going to throw those in that pile, crush it up as well, and see if I find any gold. Now, if anyone's asking and wondering why I didn't just crush it up in the very beginning, is because pieces of quartz with gold on it, like if this would have had gold on it, it'd be worth a lot more than if I crushed it up and just turned it into little bitty fly poop. So I was hoping to find some specimen gold. I didn't find any. I did find gold, but no specimen gold. So I'll crush all that up and maybe find a little bit more fly poop. But you'll have to see in a minute if I come back with anything. All right, finished calculating my ROI, writing up my review, but before we get to that, I will tell you I did crush up all the material and I didn't find any gold. Well, actually I found one tiny little piece of flour gold, but I'm not sure it was from the actual crushing or if it just might have been caught up in some dirt on one of the rocks. But that's all I found. It didn't budge the scale any. It was just one tiny little piece of flour gold. But now let's just open up the spreadsheet. We'll go through the numbers with the actual gold that I had that actually moved the scale. So here we go. Now again, I had a secret shopper purchase a hard rock bag from Goldbay.com. It was guaranteed 0.25 grams of gold. Its cost was $69, but I did use a coupon. He has it listed in the description where you can get 10% off. So I only paid $62.10, or my secret shopper paid that. Shipping was $10.95 for a grand total of $79.95 if you don't use a coupon, or $73.05 if you do like I did and I had my secret shopper do. Now the gold I recovered, as you saw earlier in this video, was 0.475 grams. And gold spot on the day that my secret shopper purchased was $127.62. Meaning the gold that I found was worth $60.62. Giving me an ROI of 82.98%, or on my scale, an 8.3. Now, if you paid full price and you didn't use a coupon, you would get a 75.82% ROI, which is really good. Both of those ROIs are really good, so I'm not going to complain about either one of those. Now, for fun factor, especially with a quarter gram bag of Paydirt, that was a really good ROI. Now for fun factor, I'm going to give it an 8.3, the exact same as the ROI, which is what I typically start with. I was going to reduce the score a little bit because I wasn't really happy that there was no real bigger rocks that you could crush up and maybe find something good in there. It's all pretty much already been crushed. But then again, it was really a lot of fun, so I was going to raise it up a little bit because I think it's very unique Paydirt. In the end, though, I ended up leaving it the exact same at an 8.3. For description, he's getting a 10. And I can tell you, this is the first time I think I've ever given Goldbay a 10 for description as a score. I think the highest I've ever previously given him is a 4. He was notorious for having one-sentence descriptions that just said Paydirt. Really bad descriptions in the past. This one was a great description, included a video and everything, so really happy with this description. You really kind of know what you're getting if you watch the video. I didn't watch the video, so I didn't know it wasn't going to be big rocks, but if you watch the video, you'll see what the material is. Quantity and packaging, he's getting a 9.5. 10 for quantity because it was over the 3 pounds stated, and a 9 for the typical coffee bag, but it was double wrapped in a Tyvek envelope, so 9.5. Customer service and shipping is a 9. Customer service was a little bit slower than Dave used to have it. Harrington is still good, but he has a much bigger website selling a lot more stuff, so he probably gets a lot more emails, so it's a little bit slower. Shipping took 47 hours to ship out, and I typically drop it 2 points if it takes more than 48. So I deducted a point just because it was kind of a slower ship. Total score, Hard Rock bag from Goldbay is a 9.2. So a really good score. I really enjoyed this Paydirt, and I think it's a good Paydirt. But the big question is, would I order this Paydirt again, or would I recommend it? And I have to say yes. I would definitely order this Paydirt again, and I would definitely recommend it, but with a caveat. I would tell you to buy the 1 gram bag. When my secret shopper purchased this one, he only had the 1/4 gram available. He did not have a 1 gram version of it. I would get the 1 gram version. The 1 gram, even if you don't use the coupon, you will get about a 75% ROI. If you use the coupon, you will get an 83% ROI. Now, while I did get those exact same numbers with the 1/4 gram bag, I found 0.475 grams. I don't think everyone is going to find that much. This was a very heavy bag. This almost double what you're guaranteed. If you only find the 1/4 gram, you're only going to get about a 40% ROI, and that's pretty low. Like I said, I would get the 1 gram bag. I think Goldbay does better with the more gold you get, so I would get the 1 gram bag. If you don't have it in your budget, though, I think you'll still have fun. It's really fun material to pan out. You get to dig through it and look through it for some specimens. I didn't find any specimen gold. And then, again, you can go back, crush it all, and maybe find that one little speck of flour gold. So I was pretty happy with this Paydirt, and I enjoyed myself. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting the subscribe button down below.